The bust. A yearly sports tradition where multiple young men never live up to their full potential. You know what's worse than being a fan of a team that drafted a bust? Being a fan that drafted a bust, but also wasting $1,000 on a sports card of said bust. Well, let's rank them. Here are the worst purchases of busts in sports card history. Hey, quick show of hands. Remember when the Sixers were good every year? You know, the years when they had a young Embiid, Tobias Harris when he was usable, and a young up-and-coming superstar in Benjamin Simmons. The case of Benjamin Simmons. Probably the only bust on this list that looked like a potential GOAT candidate. People forget that this man had 3 All-Stars under his belt, and he won Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell in controversial fashion. Anywho, on December 17, 2017, a fan decided to waste $22,000 on a Ben Simmons rookie card. It's important to keep in mind that this card is out of a 99, not even out of a 10, out of 5, or even out of 1. So this guy basically just dropped $22,000 on a card that 98 other people will have. So that's just something to keep in mind. And just look at that card itself. I mean, what kind of picture is this? It looks like a funeral photo. Looks like a funeral photo or like a prom photo from like the 90s. It's very odd. Needless to say that this card is not worth $22,000 today. In fact, the last time this card was bought was in 2020, and it cost $3,000. So keep in mind, 2020 was when Ben Simmons was actually still pretty good. So flash forward 5 years later, I assume this card's not even worth $1,000 anymore. So you know what? Yep, that's what happens. All right, next up we got Mr. James Wiseman. Well, James Wiseman, it's a different case because, you know, James Wiseman actually got drafted to a team which we all know had potential, was a championship caliber, was a all-world franchise, and the Golden State Warriors. It's very rare for a team like the Warriors to have a top 3 pick. So when we saw him get drafted to the Warriors, like we all said, all right, Draymond's gonna turn into a defensive beast. You know, they're about to make a championship run again. And the sky's the limit for Mr. Wiseman. Well, one of those things came true. The Warriors did win a championship 2 years after drafting Mr. Wiseman. Sadly for Wiseman, though, it's not 2K. Winning a title doesn't give you VC. He can't upgrade his stats when he wins a title. In fact, it just made Wiseman more expendable because the Warriors were a win-now team, and they did not need a rookie with raw potential like Wiseman anymore. So that's made him expendable. They traded him around. He bounced around a few places. So, yeah, but back in 2023, man, someone decided to buy a $9,600 card, a one-of-one rookie, James Wiseman PSA 9. Wow, man. Wow. Just for a comparison, I know this is not a really accurate comparison, but just so I can show you. A rookie James Wiseman black and gold 1/5 PSA 9 auto sold last year on April for $30. $30. Like I said, it's not a 1/1, it's not a black 1/1, but from 9,000, a 1/1 being 9,000, a 1/5 auto being 1/5 being only $30. Just think about that. Rough buy. But hey, at least he can tell his grandkids that he's a James Wiseman. And you know, it's not too late. I mean, James Wiseman can potentially turn his career around, maybe become the next China CBA GOAT. You don't know. So yeah, let's move on. Mac Jones, remember him? Well, I think he plays on the Jaguars now. But you know, back in 2021, it looked like the Patriots had their new guy. You know, Tom Brady just left, and everyone expected them to be really bad. But here came Mac Jones, man. He led them to the playoffs. He played really good. He looked like the next GOAT, or at least the New England GOAT. So much so, in fact, that someone actually bought his Kaboom 2021 rookie, number 6 out of 10, PSA 10, for $57,000. $57,000, bro. Like, that's a new sports car, bro. That's a used Porsche or like a multiple old school Porsches. Like, come on. Needless to say, this car is not worth that today. In fact, the $57,000 one was purchased in March of 2022. And in August of 2022, that card was bought for $28,000. So in 3 months, if you're seeing almost a $30,000 decline, think about what 3 years is gonna do to the card now that Mac Jones is, one, not even good anymore, and two, he's a backup. So sheesh. But hey, Patriots fans, at least you have Drake May now. Now it pains me to label Justin Fields as a bust, but I just have to add this. I just have to add this card as a bonus, man. I just have to. I mean, just look at this, bro. Just look at this. The world famous black fitted prizm Justin Fields rookie 1 of 1 from 2021. Wow, this card was bought in November 17th of 2022, man. And someone decided to drop $90K on it, bro. $90K. That's like a down payment on a house. On a really nice house too. Like, come on, bruh. 90,000. Like, the crazy part is Justin Fields. All right, so Justin Fields, man, he was an electric player on the Bears, but like he never really looked like next superstar. He was just like a guy that had a lot of highlight plays, man. He just played with bad weapons, bad O-line, but he never did look like a superstar. So this purchase is really confusing, especially for $90K. It's crazy, man. So, oh well. All right, so before we show the worst card, let's do some honorable mentions. All right, we had 2012, Robert Griffin, he had that year. His rookie year, he just went off, led the Redskins to the playoffs. He was viewed as the first savior of the Commanders before Jaden Daniels was. But, in 2015, someone decided to buy a 2012 National Treasures Robert Griffin III auto patch 1 of 1 for $2,600, which adjusted for inflation would be around $3,900 today. So that's almost a $4,000 card. And back in 2015, for a guy in 2015 who I don't think he's just coming off an injury, so it's very odd, the date. Like, I don't know why they decided to purchase this, but needless to say, that card is not worth that today. And you know what? Robert Griffin, he will always be one of the what ifs, man. All right, we have another honorable mention, and this is an odd purchase. Like, not only because the price, but also the date on which this was purchased. So get ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. On December 30th, 2023, at 11 p.m., someone out there decided to purchase an Anthony Bennett 1 of 1 rookie card from Panini National Treasure for $2,500 in 2023. So I have to think that this is a troll, obviously, or Anthony Bennett himself purchased this. Either or. I'm low-key thinking like a YouTuber maybe bought this or something to stunt on social media or something, but I don't know. I didn't really do any research on that yet, but very odd. And his signature is also funny because it says "Go Cavs" on it. But I mean, I don't know the backstory behind this purchase, why this was made. So yeah, buddy, it must be a big Anthony Bennett fan, I guess. All right, so here it is, folks. Quite possibly the worst card purchase I've ever seen in my life. Now, this might be controversial because this player is not seen as a bust. He's usually a consistent all-star, but he has a lot of off-the-court issues, a lot of injuries, and let's face it, compared to where he plays at and how his career has been, compared to what he was projected to be coming out of Duke, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, 19 to 20, Panini National Treasure rookie, Zion Williamson, patch auto 4. Get ready for this. Just get ready for this. $594,000 with 44 bids. Wow. Now, needless to say, I mean, this card is not worth that today. In fact, it's not even probably in the 10,000s, nevertheless the 100,000s. So I mean, that's just crazy. That's a crazy amount of money. That's not only a down payment on a really nice house. I think that's paid in full in a really nice house. In some states, maybe not in California, but you know what I mean. But like I said, Zion Williamson is not a bust, but a lot of people, they thought he was gonna be the next LeBron James, like the best prospect since LeBron James. Before the Wemby hype, there was a Zion hype, and it's just crazy, man. His career just really went downhill. Battled a lot of injuries. Did a lot of weird things with some adult stars off the court. And I mean, his career never was in the trajectory that everyone thought it would be. So $500,000 for a card like that is basically $600,000. So almost $1 million for a card like that. sheesh. I really feel bad for the guy that purchased this. So yeah, I mean, awful card. But I hope this list not only like encourages people to, like, you know what, don't overspend on cards just because a little bit of hype. You know, do some research, make logical guesses of the trajectory of a career. You know, is this guy gonna be good? You know, does he have a bad O-line? Is this franchise ran good? You know what I'm saying? But just don't be. I don't want to see you guys be the next guy that drops 500K on like a rookie, and then the next year is worth like $5. So yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. But if you like the video, please like, please subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching.